I'm going to call to order the City Council special meeting. It is 12 p.m. Tuesday, June 27, 2023. We are at Granbury City Hall, 116 West Bridge Street in Granbury, Texas. I've called the meeting to order. We have a first agenda items, public comments on agenda items for non-public hearing agenda items, and we only have non-public hearing. Mr. Hafe, did you have anything? Very good, thank you. I'm going to move right along to the deliberation agenda. We have on the deliberation agenda 3.1, discuss and consider approving a change order to the remodeling contract with Lever to provide for floor covering removal and installation of new floor covering portion of the project. Mr. Kaufman?
Yeah, thank y'all for meeting today on such short notice, and the reason for this special agenda item today is the manufacturer is telling us it's about a 30-day period to manufacture the carpet tile that we need for the hallway and the offices. And so we're trying to coordinate that with the contractor, so we thought it would be a good idea to have a head start from next week, putting it on the agenda, to go ahead and get a week of the manufacturing process behind us and get this ordered as quickly as possible. So at this point, I'll turn it over to our Deputy City Manager, Michael Ross. He's been heading up the procurement process, and we'll go over the change order with you.
Thank you, Chris. City Council. As Chris said, this is before you today for approval, pending this change order number 1 to the City Hall renovation project. Lever Construction is our contractor on that project, and they have been a pleasure to work with, to say the least. They're very accommodating. And this change order is to cover the flooring, all of the flooring in City Hall except for this room and that room. We're still working on selecting that carpet. So this will allow all the carpet to happen with the renovation that's going on in those office areas. It makes much more sense to have it in this project included. We have the amount is below the 25% threshold that the state allows cities to change order into projects. And so this $126,380.87 will get us all of that carpeting, as well as the laminate, the luxury vinyl tile pieces, and then the installation. Staff will handle moving furniture around, but that is it's very important, as Chris said, to get this approved and hopefully get it ordered tomorrow. The contractor is prepared to do that upon City Council's approval of this project. So our recommendation as staff is to approve this change order number 1 for $126,380.87 to cover all of the flooring installation. And I'm happy to answer any questions.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, sir.
Michael, is this additional flooring? Is this additional product that we're ordering, or is the cost has gone up? I guess I'm not tracking with you.
This is the flooring component of the renovation project. We actually pulled that out of the project originally when we were looking at what the cost estimates were looking like, running it through a general contractor and a carpet company elsewhere, and we felt like we had a better path to do this ourselves and to go out and get pricing, which we've done. And once we kind of compared prices, it made sense to push this flooring now back into the contract as a change order, so that the general contractor can handle not only all the painting and the floorboard, the baseboards and everything else, but the carpet as well into this project where it belongs.
So just one other question then. So the original contract sum of $509,742, so that did not include any of the carpet, correct?
Correct. That is correct.
So just refresh my memory then on that $509,742. That was for?
That's for all of the renovation other than the flooring.
Okay.
It's for getting all of the walls moved and painted,
okay.
and you'll notice.
So that's the new area down where the old police station will be, which will be Rick's department down there.
Correct.
And then any other things that we are doing within City Hall with the renovation, X the carpet, which is the 116 number. Is that
Yes, sir.
correct?
That is
Okay.
correct.
Okay.
And then there's a 116 number that was the actual carpet cost, and then the contractor had a 5%, which
Okay.
was very reasonable. It could have been 10 or 15 in the industry.
Okay.
He marked it up 5% and then had a 3.5% markup based on the performance and payment bonds.
So the only other thing that will come back would be the carpeting for council chambers, pre-council chambers.
Correct, and a little bit, we're working on the number for the FF&E, furniture, fixture, and equipment.
Okay, right. Okay,
There's-
and we talked about that last time too. Okay.
Yes, sir. Those will be the only items coming back to you when they're ready.
Okay, thank you, Michael.
You bet.
Mr. Wadley.
When you took the carpet out of the contract previously, do you remember what that incremental cost was? So I mean, you did that so we could save money. Do we know if we were saving money, or is it about the same?
We did save money. The markup, when it was just being looked at by various bidders, before we awarded the contract, we had a pre-bid meeting, and we were hearing numbers that were certainly in excess of this. As I said earlier, the markup is typically in that 15, could be up to 15% of whatever the actual cost from a sub for the flooring is. And so by doing it this way and developing this relationship with this contractor, they felt comfortable with only a 5% markup in order to coordinate all of that into the work that they're already doing in all of the hallways and the service counters and the municipal court, utility billing, community development, and then the old PD area, which is where they've been working first to get that ready for the offices and we'll be moving people out of where they are in community development and building over into those offices as soon as they're ready. And this allows us to fold that flooring with this contractor right into all of that same work.
Mr. Goff.
Yeah, thank you. I'd just like to add that originally we had planned on leaving this completely outside of the contractor, the general contractor, but because of the amount of the cost, the procurement laws require us to have payments and performance bonds. We've already got those secured to the contractor, and so we're going to utilize that in this process, and it's at 3.5%. So they've been very generous to work with us on a very low markup, and that's appreciated. But more importantly, the continuity of the flow of the construction with the carpet getting installed. We may have a little speed bump as we order the carpet and not have it here in time to finish up the police area. When they move in there, we may have to move them around a little bit, but the rest of the project will flow smoother because we're combining it all together, and he's being conscientious about scheduling the carpet people to come when they need to come at a later date. So,
And the good, I'm sorry, go ahead.
and the final thing, this room, we're still trying to decide on the color selection. We're working with the manufacturer, and we've got some pretty nice ideas, but we hadn't made a decision yet. We don't want to hold this up for the rest of the project because of the construction. So that's why we're having the special meeting today, to facilitate efficiency in what we're trying to accomplish.
And a bonus was the fact that we have a local carpet company that was the best pricing that we were seeing as we went and looked at the other areas as well. So this contractor was willing to just accept that contract as a sub, and we're able to have a local vendor be the supplier.
One of my main concerns was I'm trying to keep as much money local as I can, and you know, when we bid it out, we got zero interest. When we had special people come and local contractors come and review the project, and then they didn't bid, and so we're still with that mindset, trying to do business with taxpayers. And we did receive a couple of quotes locally, and then the buy board has this same floor covering. I don't know the result of that, but I don't think that they submitted a bid to us. So
They haven't yet.
yeah, and so you know, we can't wait forever. We need to move on. So anyway, thank y'all. questions? Michael?
I'm just thinking about it. First of all, I'm delighted to see change order 1. I mean, that's generally, it's the project this big and this long, it's already, you already got 10, and those cost us something every time we do them. So good job with the guys. What about the timing? I know this is enabling us to stay on schedule. Well, probably not accelerate the schedule, but are we still on, where we thought we would be?
Yes, sir. And this should allow us to stay on the schedule. The contractor did include an additional 10 days, worst case scenario, if for some reason this part of the project caused it to run that additional 10 days. But and again, as compliment the contractor, he did not add any additional, we call it general conditions, which is the cost of having supervision and everything on site every day, and everything that you see out here in the parking lot. All of that costs money every day for them to have that here. He did not add any general condition costs for those daily items that are in the contract, even if it does run the additional 10 days.
Excellent. Council, I too say thank you for coming in today. Any other questions? No? Do I hear a motion to approve a change order to the remodeling contract with Lever to provide for floor covering removal and installation of new floor covering portion of the project?
Mr. Mayor,
Mr. Vail,
make a motion to approve the change order as presented.
motion.
I second that.
Mr. Wadley seconds. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say nay. I hear no nays. It passes 5-0. Note that there is only 5 of us here today. Okay. Council, does anyone else have any other business? There being
Mr. Mayor, do we need to make a note that Mr. Corrigan is not here?
Mr.
Corrigan. Right.
I bet, yes, I know that. Thank you. Yes, there are only 5 of us here. Councilman Corrigan is not in attendance today. Okay. So, any other pieces of business? Okay. I see that there's no other pieces of business. We will adjourn. Thank you.